and he sat back and he just sneakily attacked your eye for that last kind of 5 or 6 minutes of the fight, and then as Howard Foster and the doctor decided, you can't fight one-eyed in this sport.
Yeah, it's an eye for an eye again. Now I've got my eye done.
Daniel Dubois could fight for 10 rounds. No one looked at his eye.
No, Mum.
Okay.
Marvel's here and emotional, your mum. You're bound to be. Listen, we're going to leave you.
Nah, she's not emotional. She's talking big facts.
Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, it's an eye for an eye again. Now I've got my eye done.
Daniel Dubois could fight for 10 rounds. No one looked at his eye.
No, Mum.
Okay.
Marvel's here and emotional.
That's the question we need to know, people. What's good, family? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, we just heard there from Joyce's mumsy. Punking. I don't care what no one says, man. The whole operation, the whole Frank Warren operation, don't sit well with me. Yes, Joe was losing. Yes, Joe lost. That's not relevant to how Frank Warren be operating. Yeah? Oh, YB, it's not Frank Warren's fault that there was a moody referee. Listen, where was the moody referee? I actually feel bad for Dan to some extent. Like, Dan was in the corner and his team were basically giving him the, what's the word? What's that film called? What's that William Wallace film? I'm not sure. Either way, man. You know what I mean? I think the man's name's Martin something. Either way, Daniel Dubois' old trainer was giving him the William Wallace speech in the corner. Dan, this is the fight game. We're in it now, mate. I mean, the battle's begun, the war's begun. And Dan's in there, looking like he's seen a ghost. My point? Well, Dan got to round 10. I think he was even up on one of the cards, but Dan was allowed to get to round 10, and the fight only stopped, not because doctors were looking every 2 minutes, as was the case with Joe, but instead the fight was stopped, because basically Frank Warren and the powers that be and the infrastructure that be were clearly told, let it go, and do you know what I mean, to try and stretch it out to points. Poor Dan had to jack, do you understand? That's the difference here. Why was Dan allowed to jack? And the choice was taken away from him. In my opinion, at this top level for World Championship belts, go until you can't go no more. Listen, Joe might have decided, I don't want to go no more. As a man, that's your decision. Do you know what I mean? Again, I've said it before, if you're fighting for peanuts on some random show, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about $1 million situations where, you know what I'm saying? They know what they signed up for. Joe knows what he signed up for. Dubois knows what he signed up for. And I actually think that what happened with Dubois is how it's supposed to go. You go until you get stopped and or you can't go no more. Not until some 2023 zesty referee or zesty doctor want to be all in the video, make a name for himself again, 10 years later after Froch. I've got the clown's name now, Howard Foster. He's known as being a clown in that sense. Oh, how can I make a hash of this? Let me jump in. And I wouldn't mind, like, fair enough, if Joe was getting complete, I mean, he was getting hit with clean shots, obviously, but Joe was in the fight still. Zhang was winning, but Joe was in the fight. It's the heavyweight game, is it not? If you know what I mean, if Joe's about to go, let Zhang finish the job. That's how I feel at this level. Oh, but YB, they've saved Joe for another day. Listen, man, at the end of the day, whether you're saving Joe for another day or not is irrelevant. Joe, again, is a hardback man, a 37-year-old man. He should be given the right to make his own decisions. Not have two clowns. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Howard Foster's never boxed before. I'm pretty sure the other dude, the doctor dude, has never boxed before. Joe, this is what Joe does for a living. It's a bit like someone coming in and telling a doctor, oh, you better stop practicing, because, so you know what I mean? Imagine a boxer telling a doctor what to do in his field. Do you know what I'm saying? The discretion should be down to the individual. Some individuals, like Dubois, will say, listen, I don't want no more. And that's his prerogative. Every man's prerogative is to make their own decision. Dubois made his own decision. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, but we have to protect the fighters. Listen, man. Again, another thing as well. Another key element for me. these guys all have teams as well. All these teams know Joe and know Dubois better than a random doctor and a random referee. So it's not like, oh, we have to save the fighters. Listen, there are fail-safes in there. Number 1, Joe can jack himself. Number 2, his team can throw the towel in. Number 3, the doctor and the referee should be the absolute last. For example, yeah, let's say Joe's eye was like that and he was getting teed. I mean, let's not forget, I ain't gonna lie to you, round 2, it looked to me as if Joe was out on his feet. When he stumbled into corner, it wasn't a good look. But really, from round 2, Joe, apart from the eye, Joe was looking alright in the last few rounds. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I can't get my head round. Now, if Joe had a dodgy eye and he's getting washed, completely washed, even more, and it's clear he's got no chance, and his team ain't doing nothing, and you know what I mean, if it's a complete lost cause, but if someone still has a 30% chance of winning, man, and he wants to be there, let him be there. And the question is why? Why was Joe not given that choice as a man? I find it weird. Again, Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury knocked out cold by Wilder in the first fight. He's given every opportunity to get up and fight back, as he should be, as a man. Yeah? If Fury didn't want to get up, he could have laid there some more. Like as many other people have done. Do you know what I'm saying? After all, I understand again, it's not ideal, but Joe had another eye to use. Did it increase the chances he's going to win? No. But still, he had another eye to use. And he's willing to use it. These doctors and these referees, man, ruin the game. They're either... Clearly, Dubois was blinking. Kell Brook was blinking. And instead, that's what I don't get. Kell Brook was taking knees and blinking. And the referee didn't stop it. And the doctor didn't stop it. And the doctor wasn't stepping in every 2 minutes. And his eye was broken. And his eye was broken before in the Golovkin fight. Do you know what I mean? Like, make it make sense, people. Why is Kell Brook allowed every chance in the book? Why is Dubois allowed every chance in the book? But Joe, with a bruised eye, we must stop the fight. Nah, there must be consistency, man. Yeah? If you're going to let it go, let it go. If you're not going to let it go, Kell Brook should have been stopped by the doctor. Hey, Kell, you keep taking the knee. Hey, Kell, you keep blinking. You're out of here. From what I saw, Joe weren't... Well, to be fair, his eye was closed. But even in the earlier rounds, when his eye wasn't fully closed, I didn't see Joe do the whole winking thing. Listen, if a fighter starts winking, they want out of there, which is fine. But I didn't see Joe going... flapping his eye. That's what I don't respect. It was as if, yeah, the referee and the doctor was just begging to jump in there. It reminds me in a way of the Dubois versus Lorena fight. Yeah? Things that make no sense. Dubois versus Lorena. Lorena goes in there, hits this big buff dude, Dubois, on the side of his chops, or on the side of his nelly, right here. Hit him for 6. Lorena had the best start anyone could imagine for. And instead, he comes out in the next rounds, and he's like he's seen a ghost. Conveniently, all of a sudden, the man who just had the best start in his history in a fight starts fighting like honestly, Lorena starts fighting as if he was the one who just got clipped. Really weird, conveniently. And it's really weird how Dubois gets given every chance. And things never make no sense. Meanwhile, people are jumping in the ring. I mean, it was just odd. Every 2 minutes they was getting the doctor in. I've never seen it done like that before. Never seen it that way. It looks scripted to me. Oh yeah. By the way, people, if it's close, get Joe out of there. And again, the last thing for me is, Joyce is the home fighter. Since when does the home fighter not get every chance? Do you know what I'm saying? Kell Brook was the home fighter. Every chance. Dubois was the home fighter. Every chance. Joyce, the home fighter. Oh, we beg it. And then I think Howard Foster had the referee check in at like round 2 or 3 or something. Really weird. Really weird. Anyway, Joyce's mum on point. I respect Joe's humbleness, but your mum's talking big facts, man. It's suspect. And it makes me laugh because people think, oh, YB, you're always thinking there's something deeper going on. I'm glad that I wasn't the one to say it. Yeah? Because I don't know Joe's mum from Adam. That makes sense. So forget about me. Joe's mum is saying something that don't sit right. I had all these clowns telling me, YB, oh, you always say something. Okay, forget what I say. Why is Joe's mum saying the same thing? Oops. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and let off the bell 100%.